Hi, all chess goodies, and welcome to day 26 of my journey to top 100 in the world. Yesterday I played 4 games as well. I won the first one, but then the other games didn't go so well. But still pretty nice games, and I feel like I'm making progress with the clock. But anyways, already the first game will be once again to maintain in the 2200. So okay, let's see if I will be able to just remain there, remain above 2200. I would really much like to. Just have range defense. There is this, oh yeah, so my opponent is going for it. Bishop e4, so here e5, h6 you take. My opponent takes, I take on g7. And yeah, this is quite a crazy line. Well, you want to play pawn to h4 a lot of times. I'll do it right now. Immediately, it is also just fine to push the pawn. And my opponent has to take, because otherwise I push h5 and I'm already like almost butter. Like, not just butter, but really butter. Okay, queen goes to f3, puts pressure to d4, f7, and there, you know. But I think I can take with the rook, and I should be also able to develop the knight to f3. There really should be nothing wrong with that. Yeah, that definitely isn't. c5, that's always a plan in the French defense. So that might happen soon, and that might be slightly unpleasant. Okay, he decides to take on g7 first. There should be no issue with that. I can always grab the pawn on h4, although I might do it now. Not really sure why is that important, but yeah, let's go for it. Add some additional protection. If bishop retreats back, then this shouldn't really be an issue. And yeah, c5 is just coming. If not, I would be happy. Knight c6 probably also possible, but c5 seems more principled. And the question is, do I want to castle long at any point? It is an idea. I'm obviously not castling short, as my opponent is not going to castle as well. But okay, knight c6 without the c5. So as I said, I actually quite welcome this. And is it fine? I'm pretty sure it should be, right? Or is bishop e5 first a good thing to do? It might be, but no, okay, I'll just cast first and play fast. Okay, there's this capture that was expected. Then knight to a4 to land on c4 is an idea to be played. I got this pieces on the h file. So what can I do with them? Cannot play knight to g5. Knight to e5, not so good as well. I might play bishop to b5. Okay, it actually hangs the pawn. It actually hangs the pawn, but okay, it is fine. But here I'll take. I'll definitely take. Bishop takes, I assume. If pawn takes, then I'm happy. But yeah, if bishop takes, now I have knight to e5. And the knight will be really strong piece there. It will. And it is also a thing like, do I want to push g3 first, for example, just to make sure that things are fine? Should watch out for ideas like rook h8, just attacking the queen. Because if I jump there immediately, okay, I'm attacking f7, so it should be fine. But the line to calculate is this. And then like take there with the queen. Probably because I'm hitting there as well while defending. But maybe like queen back to g5. Doing this. Rook f4. Okay, I actually might want to play this a bit safer. Just to make sure everything is fine, so I'll go for g3. Just to be solid. If rook h8, I have queen e5 always, but yeah, there's just this really awesome square in the center for the knight. Yeah, okay, f6, so it removes it, but it weakens the e6 pawn. So I would like to go after that immediately, but I'm realizing that now rook h8 might be an issue. So the question is, how do you solve that issue? Okay, it might not be that big of a deal with queen g4, or is it? Okay, I might just put more pressure there instead. If e5, I'll just let it be as it is. If pawn takes, and I'm fine. Because I really don't want to get rid of my d pawn, because it is a nice blockade at this diagonal that might become weak. Okay, bishop goes here to c4, or down there. It might be slightly unpleasant. Like, do I want to play king d2? Is that actually a move? It seems like it is. Yeah, it does seem like it is a move to make. Now I have the flexibility to put the rooks back on the queen side, for example, if I ever want to. But honestly, like, the king is vulnerable there, but I think I'm relying upon might be e5, queen f5, bishop d7. This actually might not be good. So yeah, if e5, I could go for this check in theory, but then queen h7 would be necessary. So it depends if that would strengthen my position. Okay, if bishop goes there, this almost forces me to play queen h7, which forces the queen trade. Okay, there we go. We are gonna trade. Now I would like to use advantage of this maybe, but not sure if it's possible. This bishop coming to e4. But anyway, when there's that pin, but there will just be the other rook coming to b8, so it doesn't really do much. But yeah, bishop coming to e4 is a real thing. It is. And then I would really like to chase it away somehow with the knight. So where do I put the knight? Probably to d3, where it can control c5 as well. There it would be pretty nice. So I feel like I'll just drop back to e1. Am I going to do that? Yeah, let's just play it. That there should be nothing. My king is nicely positioned. I have weaker pawn structure. But as I was saying, e6 is not the strongest pawn as well. Okay, there goes e5. But in that case, I will just play knight d3. Yeah, definitely. So now I'm actually sort of attacking it. Okay, bishop takes. If I take with the king, there might be e4. But if I take with the pawn, then I fixed my pawn structure basically, because I can take whenever I want to, and if e5 I can also take. And if capture, I can grab that with the rook, which is really important. I got nice control over the e-file with the king, so it would be only possible and dangerous to infiltrate that if the pawns would stack up on the e-file. But I already have my rooks nicely placed on the h-file, ready to infiltrate, and probably trade one of the rooks, but the rook would remain active and would go after the pawns. And it feels like I got a potential to create the best g-pawn. So okay, here I obviously gotta have to take that with the rook. Okay, and c5 comes. I could try to go there maybe, but it feels unnecessary. Maybe rook f4 was a bit better. Okay, there comes the defensive move anyway. So maybe it was not so necessary to do. The now question is, do I want to trade a pair of rooks? Is there anything I can do with those rooks to useful? I don't think so. Let's just go for the trade. The way to force it was rook h8 obviously, but I think that this is better. Wow, okay, there is this attack. Honestly, I haven't seen the fact that I'm dropping a pawn. So this will be interesting. But I have nice active rook here. And after that capture, I'll put my king on e3. And in these types of endgames, it might be everything about activity. Okay, there comes the capture, king e3. And yeah, rook goes back, so no a pawn pushes are possible in the current position. So right now, what do I want to do? There are things possible. Okay, I'm gonna start pushing my kingside pawns. King will try to sneak in, but I mean, it's not so easy. Okay, rook can come to b6, and that's true. Okay, I just gotta start pushing. But my opponent seems to be really fast. But I always have this to stop it, but there's rook a6. Wait a second. Wait a second. Like, how is this looking? Rook a6, if I take, pawn takes. And I'm actually in time. That would be pretty interesting king and pawn endgame, and I'll go for it. Didn't have time to calculate it. But I know that I'm in square, and there is my g-pawn as well. So yeah, let's go for it. Then like king d2, and I'll go around for those pawns. Probably should be a draw at best. Honestly, I might be slow. Like just really slow. And I haven't realized that at all. That I'm that slow. This is already dropping a pawn, and I don't want to say it, but I'm going below 2200. And I don't know when will this get better. I'm trying my best, but okay, pointless to play. Let's move on and let's get back quickly, as the last time that happened. That would be pretty nice. There's the goal I gotta focus on, and then okay, we see pawn to e4. I usually reply with e5, but shall I go for something else? Okay, I won't, just for this one. Okay, knight c6, and now let's see. Okay, Italian game. I enjoy playing against that. Okay, d3, that's fine. Bishop to e2. Bishop goes back to b3. Okay, it is for sure a line, but I don't mind. I'll just castle. c3, okay. But I'll just play pawn to d5. I'll get that breakthrough first. Then get a 5 position. Okay, knight d2. Maybe that typical idea of jumping to f5. But there really doesn't seem to be that much. Okay, well, let's just put the bishop to g4 to put some pressure. Queen comes there, okay. What does that do over there? That is a question. Okay, can I play that, actually? If I play knight h5, if there is a capture, I can play knight f4. Going for that. That's actually quite interesting. But like as well, I might want to take first. Okay, let's grab the pawn on e4 first. And now I might want to go for that square, even though knight f1. And then I'm not so sure again. So maybe not. Let's push the pawn on the queen side. h3 comes, okay. That should be fine. If I go there, I basically invite the attack immediately. I don't really want to go back. I don't want to take the knight. Okay, now the easiest decision to make. What to do with the bishop. Okay, let's take the knight, actually. I'm surprised I'm giving up the bishop in such a way. Gf3 is that thing to play if you want to spice it up, but no. It doesn't come. So just a4, harassing the bishop. Yeah, bishop goes back to c2. And now I want to proceed on the queen side, most likely, but also I want to get the queen somewhere else. Is a3 an idea? If b3... Okay, I really should not think that long. Just bishop c5. That looks natural. This diagonal is just really good. Yeah, my opponent castles, so... Okay, let's get the queen to e7. Pretty sensible move for the queen. Okay, I'm going to put my rook to d-file for sure. Yeah, the knight maneuver is coming. So I should probably do something on the queen side, like b5, b4. a6 might come, but that would weaken those squares around. Yeah, well, let's go for that, otherwise the knight lands on f5, and I'll get just nothing. Maybe if knight g3, queen e6, knight f5, knight e7 to go after that knight immediately. But I don't know, my opponent will let it be captured and then ef5, and it suddenly these bishops open up, and then it will be quite sharp. Okay, bishop g5 first. But that shouldn't be that big of a thing, right? I mean, true, like, it pins the queen and the rook as well. But, like, okay, let me just play queen e6. Okay, bishop takes, so bishop takes, and if you want to get this endgame, then sure, do it. Okay, there it is. Similar structure to the previous game. But I hope this will have a different outcome. Definitely. Yeah, going into that king and pawn endgame in the last game was quite stupid. At first it felt it was fine, but yeah, then it was not so hard to see that it was not right indeed. But okay, we are in this game and rook d1. I don't think I have to do anything here actually. I'll just improve the king, get it to e7 again. Just gotta watch out for the h7 pawn now. Okay, knight is coming to f5, and how is that? Okay, I gotta say I don't like that for sure. It is a strong square for the knight. So this actually might be really important. Okay, 97. Now I'm thinking of a3 and b4, like constantly the two breakthroughs I wanna make. Knight comes there, and this pawn is under attack. I get it. The way to defend is knight g8. Maybe the only way. Okay, there might be some things like this. Maybe not. I can also sacrifice it. But yeah, it would feel too much. Yeah, this is a bit of a sad move. I would rather activate my own knight than defend my opponent's knight, but I guess it's not too terrible. So, okay, are we going into this endgame? I mean, I think so. I got not much else to do. So yeah, let's do that. So if I trade the knights, then it's just a draw, you know? But you gotta trade the knights, you know? That's like also a thing. Okay, king e7. Okay, my opponent is activating the king as well. If I go to e6 though, there might be checks. Not sure if that's really great. Okay, the truth is that my knight is quite stuck there. And it's not so easy to get it out. Let's just run away with the king to the queen side maybe. But yeah, how am I defending that? Bishop will come there. I honestly gotta go back or what am I doing? I mean, this is for sure drawable, but at least. If I go to c6, bishop there, h3, bishop, h7, I will have to give up the pawn at that point. I will. So, okay, this is important. King e8. How do I defend? There probably is no way to defend. Okay, so in that case, let's just play something, but again, I'll lose that pawn after weakening the queen side. Okay, maybe I don't have to do that. Maybe I don't have to lose that one. Even though... Do I? Bishop there takes. Then I gotta move. Knight comes back. Yeah, I really don't know. But okay, I gotta try h6. Okay, 97 on the thing. Dropping that pawn. Now once this lands, there will be another double attack. Then my pieces are just too bad in comparison to my opponents. Where would I have to take that? Actually, I might go for one idea. Let's see if that works or not. I got a crazy idea that might be a counterplay with this a3 push. But maybe it's just that you can take, and if I recapture, yeah, then that will be played, but I'm not gonna recapture yet. I'll defend like so first. Okay, let's play king d6 first and defend this pawn. If knight g4, h5, even though the pawn will not be strong anyway, but okay, you gotta play it somehow. But one thing I realized that this bishop is trapped. I'm low on time as well, but this is an end game like this kind. It feels like it might be manageable somehow. Okay, let's take. I gotta get some counterplay, counter chances. Push c5 at some point. Okay, h5, that's pretty quite automatic. Now, like, what do I want to do? Okay, let's go back. Attack the knight. And if knight somewhere, then I'll happily trade the knights. And I would be quite confident that I'm making a draw if the knights disappear. Okay, let's go for that. It's not gonna be easiest draw. Definitely not. Okay, I gotta try to go back. Go back to king side. Okay, I will trade. Okay, bishop takes, that is true. But I'll get the king side anyway. King d3 is not possible, which is great. Okay, I can go for pawn to b4 now. I think. And this is even a wrong corner, which is another thing that might go my way at some point. Okay, but I gave my opponent a passed pawn. But is it that big of a deal? Maybe king d3 will be played. King is sneaking behind. It's maybe not as easy as I thought. Okay, let's try to attack. But 40 seconds as well. Gotta be really fast now. But it still somehow feels drawable. Okay, I missed on a big opportunity. Okay, I'll just play f6 now. Let's go there. That is played. Okay, don't tell me I'm losing again. It was just such a draw. And then if I would have gone for that pawn to c4, then I'm just fine. But here just again. I don't want to look at it anymore. Like, what am I doing wrong? I mean, I know it. Just better on the games. Yeah, when I had the bishop there, pawn to c4 in that position was a big thing to prevent that king from coming in. I forgot about it a bit. That was a thing I should go for. Okay, another game. Actually, if I win again, over 2200. So yeah, if I win this game, then the day is sort of, I don't want to say fine, because 2 losses and 1 win would still not be a thing I'm aiming for. Okay, definitely not that. That pawn is hanging. Okay, I guess just knight c3. But yeah, it would not be a nice, it would not be like an awesome day, but at the same time, it would not be that terrible. But yeah, if I lose again, I don't even want to say it. I mean, it would just happen, you know. I already lost a lot of games here, most of them. And I keep half. So, okay. They want to make sure that this game is not a draw. Okay, I'll play h3. I'll go for h3 first. Prevents knight g4, so I can go for that idea still. And I can also just develop the light squared bishop and castle short. Be okay. So yeah, I got these two ideas. If I want to make sure that the game is not a draw, I'll go for the long castles and just explode. So maybe I can just play bishop e2. Would that be too much? No. I meant in a sense that afterwards I would not be able to go for an attack. Okay, but if b4 lands, then this pawn is undefended. So okay, maybe bishop d3 was a better choice. Can I play e5 though? I'm sure I can. Although, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. Okay, I feel like I gotta admit a mistake and move the bishop to b3 and just say that it was better in the first place initially. I liked the bishop on e2 more, it felt more solid, but yeah, true is that here it just defends the pawn once the knight gets attacked. Also, e2 is now freed up, so okay, wasted a tempo hit there, but still. Got the bishop. The square, knight jumps to b4. Okay, if trades happens, then okay, I'll lose the bishop again, but I'll recapture with the c-pawn and get some nice pressure. So okay, let's play it a3 and then cd. Got the c file opened up for my rooks, so at this point I'm not going for long castles. I'll castle short, just play it on the queen side most likely along the c file. There's this, what pawn breaks out there. c5 doesn't look too great. d5 not with thematic, so e5, the most obvious one, doesn't really do that much either. Okay, let's just castle. So yeah, rook c1, probably even double up. There should be nothing wrong with that. I'm always looking for bishop coming to h6 and to just trade those bishops off the board. I should do that in near future, but I just like putting the rooks on the c file first. Okay, rook goes there as well. But now I can just play pawn to b4 and just make the c5 breakthrough harder. And therefore, bigger weakness on c7. And it is a serious thing to play against. So that's nice. I'm actually quite pleased with the outcome of the opening, I gotta say. Yeah, I think I am. Okay, rook goes there, so if I put the bishop there, bishop h8 is possible now. But okay, rook comes there. Not really sure what the idea is. If d5, I mean, I don't care about d5. Yeah, let's just double up on the c file. f5, maybe one last thing to try, like, okay, knight will jump somewhere. And then f5. Maybe I think black should play, but okay, c5 possible because of that pawn. My opponent is sane. But I kinda disagree. Yeah, I really disagree. Okay, there's the pawn on e4 then as well. But maybe not so quickly. I mean, this is more complicated than I thought. Okay, I'll grab there. And then take that with the bishop. So I got a nice bishop on c5, but the position is opening up. And the bishop pair will be more powerful. And there is also the knight that might become a target. So right now, my queen isn't actually hanging. It is just fine. And I might be able to just take there. Or am I? I honestly don't think I am. Yep, I'm not. I'm not because of that knight. So am I gonna trade in that case? Yeah, most likely. Most likely. Let's trade. And then I can... Wow. It feels risky to do. Maybe rook takes c3 is possible. Followed by that. Yeah, okay, that doesn't seem good. Otherwise, 95 would be pretty great move. But yeah, there's this knight on c3, which doesn't look good. Is e5 a thing? Bishop takes, I take on f6. And I'm just happy. So knight would have to move. And where does it go? Maybe there. In that case... In that case, what? Yeah, after that c5, it's suddenly slipping again. Not entirely, yeah, thankfully. But it is complicated. There's the knight issue and the pawn issue here. Then when I just go to d5 and sack the pawn. Yeah, I think I do. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Just 95. And I should be losing a pawn because I cannot regain on e7 due to this spin. So actually rook c2, just doubling up. Didn't work out. But still, okay, I'm dropping a pawn. But it's not as bad. Still, even the bishop pair will get even more powerful at this point. I got a nice bishop on c5, but bishop c4 is coming as well. Okay, rook e1. Is that a good thing? Yeah, let's do that. Let's try to... Okay, there's this trade. Okay, true that there's that pawn as well. Okay, I have to capture. Maybe I should have calculated that a bit more. But it feels like, yes, I'll lose a lot of pawns, but my rooks might get pretty active meantime. And that's a thing I'm relying upon. Okay, rook takes f3. King g2, not so useful. I will think that capturing on e7 is much more useful. Even though rook takes h3, and then I'm not going to defend that pawn as well. Yeah, I just gotta get the rooks to 7th rank and just hope that there is something. That's a thing I will have to rely upon. So yeah, well, let's go for that. But maybe a sacrifice possible, not in this position. Rook f8 will hold. Rook f3, king g2. Okay, probably hold somehow as well. But yeah, my counter will be just to get the rooks to 7th rank and create threats. Now rook f8 or rook f3. Okay, rook f3 comes. But in this case, I can play rook a7, I'm pretty sure. Just attacking the pawn. It's not so clear how to defend. Rook f6, maybe some bishop d4 ideas. But my rooks might get harassed by the bishop as well. That's a thing, but still, the f7 pawn is a light square. So h5, okay, so it's going just for that push. Don't wanna play king g2. Is that necessary to go for it immediately? Maybe not. Okay, well, let's just grab the pawn. Maybe even go after another one. Even though this pawn is running. I got the king there, which might be an advantage, but also a disadvantage. Potential checkmating ideas. Rook comes up to f4 anyway. Okay, let's just go after another pawn. Okay, bishop f8. But is it that bad? Rook e5. Okay, yeah, rook e5, just gotta play that. There was a capture. And how am I gonna take now? Okay, it is a serious question. But I somehow feel like capturing with the pawn is better. Keeping the extra pair of rooks on the board. Okay, that was expected. I'll push as well. So now that pawn is protected. And okay, I'll lose it, but okay, I'll win that pawn in return. Okay, we'll get a rook trade, and is this holdable? Let's be honest. Most likely not. I'll try. Okay, if you don't want to trade rooks, I'm not gonna do that. I feel like I have better chances with the rooks on the board. Because I can create extra pressure against the f7 pawn, for example. Yep. It's okay. Maybe also like doubling up on the 8th rank would not have to be terrible. Okay. Okay, I'll go there. Rook comes there, so trying to double up. course. Yeah, I just gotta make moves. Rook f4 is the thing I'm relying on. Yep. That is one thing I still got. If I can get the rook there, then it might get good. If I could already have the rook there, then it would be much better. I'm gonna drop back here. And then, yeah, if I can get that, then it's fine. I gotta do something with my other rook. Because I'm actually defending nicely. Okay, let's attack. King defense, I'll put check and just repeat. That, okay, let's attack. That might be the only way. It is. Okay, well, let me just move a king. Because I'm a bit stuck here. Let's be honest. But maybe now I'll move the rook somewhere further. Sneak behind, maybe, even. Okay, check. Let's now build up that battery. Maybe it can do something. Check. Check. And okay, so h3 is coming. That's not so great. Check like that. Rook blocks, okay. Get that double up as well again. And hope that I got something there, but no, there isn't. Yeah, with that line, exactly. I'm gonna go back. I feel like I can remove, right? Okay, check. Let me see. Okay, and now there's the end. 3 losses again, and in the night below 2200. Terrible day. I have nothing else to say for today, other than to hope that it will be better someday. So